Hey book friends, welcome back. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. So this month, for the month of March, I am going to attempt to choose my books by playing darts. Now, I'm not good at this game, but I'm just trying to be creative. And so I have my dart board here. And I didn't fill in every space because as I begin to start reading more genres, I can fill it in. But for now, I have Christian fiction, historical fiction, romance, mystery, fantasy, literary fiction, thriller, and contemporary fiction. So the way that we're going to do this for now, especially since I'm not that great at darts, if I fall anywhere in the area where the genre is, then that will count as the genre that I would have to choose as far as my books. If I get a bullseye, then I get to choose whatever genre I want. So for now, like I said, if I get anywhere in the white where the genre of the book is listed, that's what I get to pick. So usually every month I'll choose 8 books. That is my goal every month. And so I have enough genres up there. I really doubt that I'll get one of each, but we shall see. So guys, let's see what I get. All right, let's go. All right, guys. I wish I could bring the camera a little closer. No, I'll bring this closer so you guys can see it. So here you have it. So as I said, as long as I could get at least close to it. So far it looks like I have a romance. And I have a historical fiction. I'm close enough in there. And then I have this one down here. So I have a romance, a historical fiction, a thriller. And actually I have 2. Can you see it, guys? I don't know. Let me see. So I have 2. It is on the green. So I have 2 thrillers, a literary fiction, a fantasy, a mystery, and a romance, and a historical fiction. So I'm going to pick those genres, and you will see what I pick. All right, hang on. Hey book friends, so it is the next day, and I went ahead and decided to go ahead and choose the books that were picked on the dart board. And I kind of showed you in the, the previous video. I tried to show you guys all of the books where my darts landed. And I don't know if you guys could see it, so I wanted to kind of bring it up closer. So if you remember from the beginning of the video, because I'm not the greatest dart player, the rules were I had to get in the vicinity of the names where the names of the books were. And so a couple of these were really close, like historical fiction. It was like really like right on the line, but it did make it to the white part. Or if it was on the line or in the vicinity, like my romance book, it was on the white part, but still kind of like on the line. So to me, that counts as romance until I get really good. And like I said, if I would have gotten a bullseye, I could have picked any genre that I wanted to. So I think for the first for my first try that I did pretty good. So I ended up getting 2 romance, a historical fiction, 3 thrillers, and I got a literary fiction and a fantasy and a mystery. So I have a lot of books that I can choose from. So I went ahead and I picked 8, I believe. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books, which is usually the number of books that I aim at reading every month. Now, I have mentioned before that I do also read a lot, probably 2 or 3 audio books within a month as well, because when I'm working, I like, hearing the reading stories or whatnot. So I've done 1 thriller and by Frida McFadden already this month, for the month of March. And I'm actually on another one of Frida's older, I went back on her backlog book as well, and I will share those in this video so you'll know, because I've already finished one and halfway through another one. But I'm gonna start with so I'm considering, I believe this is the book, Before the Coffee Gets Cold, that I'm going to use as my fantasy. I mean, on Goodreads, that it had it listed as fantasy, as well as I think it fell under literary category as well. But this is going to be my fantasy simply because I do have another fantasy book, but she thick, y'all. She is thick, and I knew, and I know it's going to take some time for me to get through that one because fantasy is a new genre for me. So I decided to do When the Coffee Gets Cold, or Before the Coffee Gets Cold. There I go, giving books titles again. Before the Coffee Gets Cold. And I'll just read the synopsis on this one. In a small back alley of Tokyo, there is a cafe that has been serving carefully brewed coffee for more than 100 years. Local legend says that this shop offers something else besides coffee, the chance to travel back in time. Over the course of one summer, 4 customers visit the cafe in the hopes of making that journey. But time travel isn't so simple, and there are rules that must be followed. Most important, the trip can last only as long as it takes for the coffee to get cold. Heartwarming, wistful, mysterious, and delightfully quirky. I'm not going to try to pronounce this name. Tashikwaza. This thing gonna have me cussing. No, I'm not going to try to pronounce the name. There you go. What would you do if you could travel back in time? And that alone is inquiring minds want to know. That one right there is wanting me, pushing me to read this book. And I actually already started this last night, guys. So I should be done with this probably by tomorrow. All right, so that's going to be my sort of a fantasy, I guess. The next book I have, I think I had one literary, and so I'm going to roll with Frederick Bachman's Anxious People. Anxious People. All right. And this is, I know this is an older book, but I haven't read it yet, so it's new to me. Okay. And this is going to be my first book by this author. So I'm really excited about reading that because I think I have probably 3 or 4 of his books on my shelf already. So this is going to be considered my literary. It's really more like contemporary fiction, I guess. I be confused with these genres. I just know it's a book and I want to read it. Okay. So looking at real estate isn't usually a life or death situation, but an apartment open house becomes just that when a failed bank robber bursts in and takes a group of strangers hostage. The captives include a recently retired couple who relentlessly hunt down fixer-uppers to avoid the painful truth that they can't fix up their own marriage. And you know what? And that's all I'm going to read about that one. Because I feel like the more I read, the more I'm going to tell of this story. And I want to go into a surprise. So then for my historical fiction, no, is this going to be, I had 2 historical fiction, I believe. Is it 2? No, yeah. And I know that Real is also considered a romance novel as well, if I'm not mistaken. So I have Real that I'm going to do. And everybody talking about Real, y'all. So I'm not going to go into a whole lot about that. But I've been waiting to read this book. And the time has come. The next book, another book that everyone is talking about. This book recently just got released. Was it this month? Or was it February? It may have been February, if I'm not mistaken. But Harlem Rhapsody by Victoria Christopher Murray. Could not wait. This is another book that I could not wait to get my hands on. And like, once again, everybody's talking about this. I'll read a little bit of it. In 1919, a high school teacher from Washington, D.C. arrives in Harlem, excited to realize her lifelong dream. Jessie Redmond Fawcett has been named the literary editor of The Crisis, the first Black woman to hold this position at a preeminent Negro magazine. Jessie is poised to achieve literary greatness, but she holds a secret that jeopardizes it all. And I can stop right there. All right? Because I want to be surprised when I read this book. I hear it's really good and I can't wait. Once again, I have another book that has been talked about, and this is going to be my romance pick. As well, and it is a love song by Ricky Wilde. I mean, not by Ricky Wilde, child. A love song for Ricky Wilde by Tia Williams. Lord bless me today. Oh my God, 7 Days in June. The author of 7 Days in June. I have not read that book either, but I can't wait to read that one as well. But I'm going to start with this one. And I think this is going to be my first romance since probably the end of summer. Like, I haven't really been reading a lot of romance books. I've been doing more historical fiction. And I've been in that vein. I've just been in that vein ever since. Like, I've been wanting every book I can read historical fiction since I started. But I think I'm going to kind of mix it up a bit now. And that's another reason why I decided to do the dartboard to kind of choose my books for me. I've been trying to do that. That way I won't steer so much towards the same genres all the time. Kind of mix it up a little bit. But Ricky Wilde has many talents, but being a Wilde isn't one of them. As the impulsive artistic daughter of a powerful Atlanta dynasty, she's the opposite of her famous socialite sisters. Where they're long-stemmed roses, she's a dandelion, an adorable bloom that's actually a weed born to float wherever the wind blows. In her bones, Ricky knows that somewhere a different, more exciting life awaits her. I'm stopping right there. It's more in the synopsis, but I'm stopping right there. Guys, I can't wait to read it. And then my last set of books, I think I had one mystery and then two thrillers. So for my mystery, I picked Finley Donovan is Killing It. I have this whole series, so I really need to go ahead and get started on this one. I can't wait to read this one either, honey. I can't wait for a lot of stuff. But let's see. Do I want to read this? Yes, I'm going to read it. Finley Donovan is killing it, except she's really not. As a stressed out single mom of two and a struggling novelist, Finley finds her life in chaos. When Finley is overheard discussing the plot of her new suspense novel with her agent over lunch, she's mistaken for a contract killer and inadvertently accepts an offer to dispose of a problem husband. Finley soon discovers that crime in real life is a lot more difficult than its fictional counterpart as she becomes tangled in a murder investigation. Fast-paced, deliciously witty, wholeheartedly authentic in depicting the frustrations and triumphs of motherhood, Finley Donovan is killing it. It is the first in brilliant new series from award-winning author El Casamano. Y'all, I don't know how to pronounce that, okay? I'm sorry, author of this book. Is it Ellie or El Casamano? I don't know, y'all. But if I was wrong, y'all tell me. So the next books that I have are my thrillers. And Sherry Lapina, Everyone is Lying, is the book that I chose. I did read The Couple Next Door. Loved it. Okay. So I know, hopefully, I could not go wrong with this book. I know this is probably an older one. This book came out in, I don't know, it's not that old, 2023. So let's see here. Welcome to Stanhope, a safe neighborhood and a place for families. I love me some domestic thrillers, okay? On the surface, William Wooler is a family man, but he's been having an affair that ended horribly this afternoon at a motel up the road. When he returns to his house, devastated and angry to find his difficult 9-year-old daughter, Avery, unexpectedly home from school, William loses his temper. Hours later, Avery's family declares her missing. Suddenly, Stanhope doesn't feel so safe, and William isn't the only one in his street who's hiding a lie. As witnesses come forward with information that may or may not be true, his neighbors become increasingly unhinged. Who took Avery Wooler? Sounds good to me. It's gonna be good. It is gonna be good. All right. And then last but not least, I have Alice Feeney, Beautiful Ugly. Another book I can't wait to read. Let's see. Oh, this is a short synopsis, so I'll read this one. Arthur Grady Green is having the worst, best day of his life. He calls his wife, Abby, to share some exciting news as she is driving home. He hears Abby slam on the brakes when she sees something in the road ahead. Over Grady's protest, Abby gets out of the car. When he eventually finds her car by the cliff edge, the headlights are on, the driver's door is open, her phone is still there, but his wife has disappeared. A year later, Grady is still overcome with grief and desperate to know what happened to Abby. He can't sleep, he can't write, so he travels to a tiny remote Scottish island to try to get his life back on track. And then he sees the impossible, a woman who looks exactly like his missing wife. It's gonna be good, y'all. This is gonna be good. Oh my goodness. So I am super excited about the books that I allowed the dartboard to choose for me, guys, and I'm already starting to read them. I could not wait. A lot of people were saying, I can't wait for February to be over. But you know what? I enjoyed February, and I am already rolling in March. So thank you guys. Please like, share, comment. If you have read any of these books, hit me up in the comments and let me know. Don't give me any spoilers, but tell me whether you like them or not, or if you think I should read them. I'm going to read them anyway, but you still can tell me. And until next time, keep being who you are, and that's a star. So keep shining. Bye.